Welcome back. It's the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM. North Central netball, lots going on there, particularly in some of the divisions that we don't always discuss. And joining me on the line in a very committed fashion is Kylie Walsh, who's given up her very, very critical time to be with us here on this Friday evening. Kylie, lovely to have you back with us. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks, Alice.
Good. Well, it sounds like you're fairly taken up, so we do appreciate your time. Now, let's talk about these C reserves because we haven't really sort of covered that league this season with you yet. So let's get into the games from last weekend. Nullarbor C reserves up against St Arnaud, a 56-15 win. Pretty comfortable for the home side.
Yeah, it was, Alice. It was a tough game for the young Saints, and they tried a few different combinations to find their way into the game against Maroons, but yeah, they didn't have any success with their changes. But Nullarbor's blend of Sally Coles and Shana Bartram with youth versus with experience was certainly beneficial. But yeah, Nullarbor also took the opportunity for a couple of different variations from their squad of 10, but the Maroons, as you said, were far too strong with this at this meeting with a win 56-15 over St Arnaud.
Now, the Tigers are way too good, and they're having a good time of it in this league against Birchip on the road, 66-26. Big win for the Tigers, girls. Yeah, it was a big win. But like St Arnaud, it's really wonderful to see these young bullets on the court in an official game grade this season, and they're sort of blending seniors and juniors for guidance, which is wonderful. And they haven't really settled in and developed their confidence yet. So hopefully as the season goes on. But yeah, despite that, top of the ladder, Sea Leyton and Daly Tigers had their game faces on, and they settled in really quickly. Particularly Cecilia Hearn, she had the eyes for the post. But the young Bulls also took the opportunity to test some different combinations, but that didn't slow the Tigers down. And as you said, Alice, they had a comfortable win, 66-26 over the Bulls. It doesn't look like anyone's going to claw their way back against them at this stage. I say that cheekily because it's 3 games in, but they're going pretty well. They're roaring right now, aren't they, on the table?
Oh, they certainly are. Yeah, they're doing well this season. They've certainly hit their straps. But they were the only 2 games for, we've got 6 in the competition at the moment. So Witchy-Proof, Narraport didn't have a game, and also Wedderburn didn't have a game, and also with a bye. So there was only 2 games last Saturday for their reserve.
Okay, and just looking at that table, Sea Lake top, Nullarbor second, Wedderburn third, Witchy fourth, Birchip 5th, and St Arnaud in 6th position. Does aside from Sea Lake, what else do you have to say about how that ladder's formulated right now?
Oh, look, it might, with Witchy-Proof, Narraport and the Redbacks, that might alter a little bit between 2nd, 3rd and 4th. It could alter, but hopefully the Bulls will have a bit of a couple of wins on the board. So it's a nice, tight little competition, but obviously, as we said, the Tigers are certainly dictating at this stage.
All right, let's take a look at the A-grade results from last weekend before we talk about this weekend. And we'll look at the Narraport-Charlton game, 25-56. What an impressive day out for Charlton on the road.
Oh, absolutely. And it started with it was a very, very first quarter. And then Charlton just made some really key moves throughout the whole court, actually. And that seems to be a game changer. But it's wonderful to see Kate Burton back in the Navy's lineup, and what a defensive lineup with Kate, Megan Bruns and Kirsty McKenzie as well. It's a wealth of knowledge and skills. But I'm sure the Demon youngsters in the attacking end would have been challenged and learned a lot from the experience that they were faced. But yeah, the other end of the court, Chloe Walsh was on fire for the Navies with goaling precision. But to the list for the Charlton crew, Alice, with their knocking up for the first win of the season comfortably, 56 to Witchcliff Narraport 25.
There we have it. We'll look at another game. Wedderburn and Board, 53-44. This one finished in favour of Wedderburn. Pretty competitive game. Would have been good to watch this one.
Oh, absolutely. And aren't we fortunate to have wonderful games on display in North Central? But the first quarter between the two, there was only a 1-goal buffer at that first break. But there was an injury to Bort's Georgia Hoare, and that seemed to really impact the Maggies in the second quarter, and the loss of concentration with that link, I'd say. But it's great to see Nikki Lockhart back in the red and black dress this weekend, and that certainly benefited the side with her calm demeanour. But you'll be quite amused that there's 7 Lockharts listed on that sheet. So I'm sure Maddie Postle and Courtney Gleasons are now an adopted Lockhart. It's a namesake to add to the crew. But, the second half, Georgia Hoare sort of taped herself up and got back on the court, and that really enabled Bort to get back into the game. And yet Wedderburn stayed steady and took that little bit of breathing space, but it was apparently a very, very nail-biting final quarter, and Bort certainly got the momentum and probably wished for a fifth quarter. But despite that evenly scored final quarter, the Redbacks stayed composed, and they had ended up, as we said, the win 53-44 over Bort. But gee, what a game, and congratulations to both teams.
St Arnaud couldn't keep pace with Nullarbor in the end despite their best efforts, 34-47, a pretty decent game this one would have been as well.
Yeah, I think so, Alice. And look, St Arnaud should be really pleased with their the way they played this game, particularly the final quarter. And it looks like Georgia Taylor had a really positive challenge to defensive opponents, but I think the Maroons' key links down the court between Meg Hogan, Meg Fawcett and Gemma Fawcett would have been the major role for their steadiness and allowed them to switch their teammates around them. But, for the spectators, it would have been a great game to watch, and the Saints really didn't allow the scoreline to drift out too far. But, Nullarbor finished with a 13-goal win over Saints, with the final score 47-34.
It's a big year for the Sea Lake Nandali Tigers club because they're doing it in the A grade as well. A very impressive win, 15 goals on the road against Birchip Watcham. How'd you see this one?
Yeah, well, I was very excited to be courtside for this one, and it certainly didn't disappoint. But Bulls tried different defensive options to break the rhythm of Tigers, Nikita Nunn and Grace Farrell. But there were some fantastic matchups to watch, particularly the speed of Bulls Demi Foot against Tigers Mayor Aran. But they were trying to outwit each other for 4 quarters and playing really hard. But even at the defensive end, the masterclass of Gabby Morani and Ash Roberts, their ability to play in front and shut down the options of their opposing players, it was just wonderful to watch. But the Bulls did make a late surge in the last quarter, but the Tigers' lead was too great at that time. But, it took the win over the Bulls 45-30. But again, congratulations to both teams. It was a great game to watch.
All right, just looking at that A grade ladder: Wedderburn top, Donald second, Bort third, Nullarbor fourth, Birchip Watcham fifth, Witcherproof Narraport sixth, Sea Lake Nandali seventh, Charlton eighth, and St Arnaud ninth. How do you see this one going? Wedderburn again, the early pace setters, I guess, but how do you see it all unfolding, and what do you make of the ladder so far in A grade?
Oh, I think everyone's nipping at the heels of the Redbacks, Ellis. From 1 to 8, it's just really even. It's just wonderful this season. With the win-losses, it's looking really great. So it's exciting for spectators as always, but it's certainly great for all the teams involved to have such a competitive season. It's great.
You bet. All right. Well, Pink around this weekend, obviously in support of a cause that affects so many in the community, Kylie. Important that we shine a light on it, and that will be happening across North Central Netball this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a sea of pink across the association supporting Breast Cancer Network Australia. So it'd be wonderful to everyone to don their pink and support the teams that are hosting. I'm sure they'll be putting on afternoon teas or various fundraising. So, everyone put some pink on, ready for Saturday's game.
All right, speaking of, let's get a little summation of what games we have to look forward to this weekend and how you see them all going.
Well, I think with the Charlton versus Watcham, I think the Bulls might be a little bit deflated from last week's loss. So it really depends on their mindset for this game, Alice. But I think Charlton will be up and upbeat and confident from their win last week and what they can do. But I feel like there's a upset on the cards here, and I think Charlton will snatch the 4 points over the Bulls. Bort will host Witcherproof Narraport, so I think this will be a tough day in the park for Demons with the speed and strength of Bort. So hopefully they can break it down for each quarter for themselves and just have their own team goals. But I think the Maggies will have a comfortable win over Witcherproof Narraport. We have Sea Lake Nandali Tigers hosting Nullarbor, and I think this will probably be the game of the round, to be honest. It's going to be wonderful to watch on all areas of the court and matchups. However, I think Tigers will continue their winning streak and topple the Maroons with an upset win at home. We also have Tanana versus Donald. Donald's just come off their bye, so I think they'll be ready and fresh to go. So hopefully Tanana will bring their confidence to the court that they've had lately. However, I think that Donald will finish with a comfortable win over the Saints. And we have a bye for Wedderburn this weekend. I just want to mention also we had some great results for the Central Victoria Netball Association tournament last Sunday. Our North Central Netball Association 13 under finished third of their pool. 15 under finished second and just missed out on the grand final playoff in their pool, and 17 under finished third for the day. So thank you to all our NCNA umpires, coaches and players and parents who gave up their time for the day. It was a great result. And also congratulations to our first stage umpire for the season, Liz Riley from Charlton Netball Club. Congratulations to her, and also thank you to our NCNA umpire coordinator Nicole Amos for her time and organisation prior to and testing, and also thank you to our NCNA testers for their time and efforts on the day. So it's a wonderful result.
Fantastic work, and great to chat about North Central Netball with you as always, Kylie Walsh. Thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the netball this weekend.
Thanks, Alice. Have a good weekend. Good luck, everyone.